So Rooster Teeth has begun the inevitable drawing of the curtain across some of the finer details that they have control over when it comes to Ryan Haywood. So if you're not familiar with what's been happening with Ryan Haywood, here is a link to the playlist featuring a general timeline in a few different entries as to what exactly has been happening. It all began with somebody leaking some private information. It then spiraled into Ryan leaving the company, Adam Kovic leaving the company, Ryan's personal life getting a lot more exposure than he probably wanted. And it just continued to get worse and worse and worse the more details that had come forward and the more people that spoke up about it and the more proof and evidence and timelines that were used to fashion a general sense of the real Ryan Haywood that no one really had any clue about. Obviously, this has all led to some speculation as to what Roosterteeth's going forward response is going to be. Obviously, they already made a statement about it, and obviously Ryan has already parted ways with the company. With the knowledge that we now have of some of the actions that he was committing and some of the people that he was committing them with, and some of the things that he was saying and some of the times that it was happening, including moments where he was doing it while he was like live on screen doing off topic or achievement hunter videos. Well, I mean, a lot of us were wondering, what is Roosterteeth going to do about that going forward? It appears that we officially have an answer to it. So in videos not only for Achievement Hunter, but also Let's Play and Roosterteeth and some of the other individual channels that he's been on, like The Know or even his own personal YouTube channel, a lot of the videos are starting to be privatized. So there is a couple of things to take note of, though, when it comes to, in particular, videos being privatized. So I think there's a couple of things that we're going to see from Rooster Teeth here in the next couple of weeks. So number one, I have a feeling that most of the privatized videos are either going to just be edited in a way where some of the content is either removed, or in a way where, with the knowledge that they have now and looking back with hindsight, they can kind of go, this video is kind of suspect for some of the things that Ryan may have been doing. Let's scrub out certain sections and then re-upload it because we can't really take the loss on our content. Similarly, though, I have a feeling that some of these videos may just not ever come back. That's something that you kind of have to be aware of. And it's just something that we're all going to have to be prepared for. But before you start freaking out and before you start running rampant with theories and before you start losing your mind over this, it's very important to note something. Ryan has been a part of not just the company, but he's been in videos for, upwards of 6 to 7 years. He's been a part of the Let's Play and the Achievement Hunter community in videos for a long time. Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth is not going to be going back and removing 7+ years of videos. That's just not going to happen. Now, does that mean that we know the full extent of the ones that they are going to get rid of or that they are going to start scrubbing out Ryan's content from? No, we could very well see them going a lot deeper into that than we really know. At this point in time, there's really just no way of saying what exactly Rooster Teeth's overall reaction to it is going to be. But even if you're worried about them going back and getting rid of all of this content, you also have to realize this is going to be one of those moments where Rooster Teeth is just going to have to do what they're going to have to do. And what I mean by that is that they do have a professional standard to uphold themselves to. Now, yes, you can make the argument that it might be a little bit of an overreaction to start getting rid of content, but if you go back and you watch some of our more recent videos about Ryan Haywood, you might change your mind on that. You might realize that there is some drastically big stuff that happened behind the screen, and there was a lot of things for the company to now be concerned about as it continues to come to light, and the fact that they could be implicated in some of the things that Ryan Haywood is being accused of, and some of the things that are going to continue tarnishing his legacy. It might be a good idea to really start distancing yourself from Ryan Haywood. Now, granted, like we've said in the other videos, and like people have said in their coming forward stories, nothing that happened was illegal. It was just very distressing. It was very non-cathartic, it was very disturbing, and they ended up regretting things almost immediately. But whatever the case may be, as a company like Rooster Teeth, where your community is very close-knit, where you have a almost instantaneous connection to your community via channels like On the Spot, Let's Play, Always Open, the podcast, the shorts, Red vs. Blue, your very own expo called RTX. Whatever the case may be, Rooster Teeth is heavily ingrained in their community. Heavily. And not like, if their community is doing well, Rooster Teeth is doing well. If the community is doing poorly, Rooster Teeth is doing poorly. And I know it can be easy to make that claim about really any company ever, and even though Rooster Teeth is now completely owned by an entity like AT&T/Warner Media, you do have to bear in mind that Rooster Teeth did not build their brand off of those companies. They built their brand off of their community. They built it off of being heavily ingrained in making content for their community and in interacting with their community. And there's still people in their company, like Jeremy Dooley, who still carry that torch forward. He refuses to really stop being really heavily involved in the community. Same with some people like Michael Jones or Jeff Ramsey. And so things like this are going to hit the company pretty hard. Even if it's not necessarily going to break them financially, they're going to see significant drops in viewership, especially if it's videos that have the implicated parties in them. So that's it for this update, guys. I just wanted to give you this brief notice. If you haven't, been drudging through the Rooster Teeth subreddit, if you haven't really been going back to Achievement Hunter or their various YouTube channels, then you may not really be aware of what's happening right now. If you wanted to go through and see some of your favorites, now might be the time to go back and watch some stuff, because it looks like in the next few hours or the next few weeks, a lot of these videos might not be there anymore. Now, granted, that is a little bit that is blowing a little bit out of proportion. Right now, we have no clue how many of these videos are going to go away. We have no clue how many of the Ryan ones are going to no longer be viewable. If you were concerned about any of your particular favorites, now would be the time to go watch them. So be sure to like the video, please subscribe to the channel, it's helping us out quite a bit, and leave us a comment down below about what you think of the latest update from Rooster Teeth and whether or not you think it's a good idea for them to be going through and getting rid of videos, or at the very least privatizing them until they know what to do about it. And that is going to be it from us, and we will talk to you next time.